Hi, I'm Jen Sue, and you're watching Joburg Today.
Crime is something most of us experience by reading about it, unless it's happened to you. Well, Mpoma Sheko caught up with a victim of crime here in Johannesburg to bring you her story.
I was dropped off by a friend here at the drop-off zone, but because he was in a hurry, he couldn't leave me inside or anything. So he dropped me off outside, and I didn't have my student card on me, so it was inside my school bag. So I put my school bag down to scratch for my student card until I found it. When I found it, I put it around my neck and I closed my bag. What I didn't notice was that I was actually being approached by 3 men.
2014 March is a day where former student Mamello Selepe will never forget, as she was taken away by 3 men at the drop-off zone at the University of Johannesburg. We speak to her about her incident and to find out if she still feels safe.
The 2 stood in front of me so that they could block the securities from seeing anything, and then the other one came behind me. And when he came behind me, he stuck a knife in my bag. And then at that moment, I was still confused of what's going on. And then the ones were still talking in front of me. And then he whispered to me that if ever I scream, he's going to stab me. So we should turn around and go. So I cooperated. I turned around and we walked in this direction, going towards Westine. And then when we got to a quiet place, because it was still early, so there was not a lot of cars or anything. So when we got there, they took off my bag from my bag, and then they told me that I should take out my laptop, and I told them that I don't have one. I had my laptop bag, but I didn't have my laptop with me that day. There was loose change in my bag, and there was also my lunchbox. They were becoming irritated because they thought I had more stuff. So that's when the guns came out. All 3 of them took out guns, and the one gun was pressed by my neck here, while the other one was pulling me by my hair. And when I actually presented them with my broken tablet, because the screen had cracked the day before, the one actually did hit me.
The situation turned violent as the 3 men wanted more from Mamello.
They didn't want the broken tablet, so they just started being all aggressive and things, and I didn't understand. I was just shocked and scared at the moment. And then at some point when I really felt now, I don't know what I'm gonna do anymore, then the other one started insinuating that he wanted to rape me. They just actually made sure to tell me that if ever we get into trouble with the police, we're gonna come for you because you're the one that we robbed, and we're going to kill you.
Paralyzed with fear, Mamello felt alone and found comfort in alcohol and drugs. She also had to make some changes in her life, which included not using public transport anymore and always asking for help from other people. After numerous acts of violence against women reported in the inner city, the city of Johannesburg decided to launch a campaign aimed at keeping the women in the city safe.
With the recent surge of violence and attack against women in the city, we are quite concerned. But at the same time, we, the Department of Public Safety, we can't just sit back and pass on the message. We need to put our money where our mouth is. And this is what we've decided to implement, to initiate. So the first phase was that we've gone out and designed and researched the needs of our city, our residents. So we designed a safety tip pamphlet that speaks to about safety messages, is how to keep one safe. And attached to the pamphlet is a whistle that we want our residents to use in the case of danger, to attract attention, to ward off possible attackers. And this is really the phase 2 of our women's safety campaign. We want to go out there, and say to our residents that we'll be rolling out a series of self-defense initiatives where we bring in, for example, the students at University of Johannesburg to say that you can learn techniques to protect yourself.
What is wrong, and men cannot allow this to happen. We have real men in this country.
I'm here to be you know what, I'm ready for whoever comes for me. Self-defense classes do help a lot, but it's easier, as the councillor said, to just walk together as a crowd. It's safer that way, and to avoid just walking at night.
The message goes out there to the men of City of Johannesburg, in fact, to South Africa. We as men, we own a natural duty to protect the weak, and especially our mothers and our wives, our aunts, our grandmothers really need to stand up and say, no more violence against women. We need to stand up and ensure the safety of our female residents.
I'm Pomashego for Joburg Today.
Hey everyone, my name is Ayanda Nhlapo and you're watching Joburg Today.
And that brings us to the end of this episode of The Big Issue. For more coverage on the city, do check out our playlist. From myself and the rest of the team, do take care and be safe.